Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. Okay, welcome to MPU3122m Book Club, where me as the host, we will be talking about books. We will be talking about books, but for this session, for this episode lah, we will be talking or will be discussing about a short story that we have read. And with me is my guest. But before I introduce my guest, I will introduce myself first. My name, your host, is Auni Madah binti Hafizuddin. You could call me Auni since I prefer Auni. And this here is one of the member of this book club. Her name is...
Hi everyone, my name is Nur Christina and you can call me Christina. Nice to meet you.
Okay, today we'll be diving into certain short story that will be focusing on a genre adventure. So whether you're a seasoned reader or just starting your literary journey, there's something here that we'll be discussing that will be beneficial for you so that you can find what short story or any books that had quality that can give you impact when you read it. So what do you think, Christina?
For me, absolutely. I can't wait to hear your talks and share my own insight as well. So let's change the page and get started.
Yes. Okay. So do you know what instruction I have given you before we start this podcast?
Instruction?
Yes. What short story we should read? How many?
We have to read 3 short stories and of course about adventure, and we have to exchange our stories.
Yeah. So there will be some difference, but it's still an adventure story, right?
Adventure is not just about you have to long road. It's more. It's so big. Adventure is what we call it.
What do you think adventure is?
Like I said, it's not just about dangerous physical journey, but I think sense of exploration, discovery, and challenge that when we experience it, it gives meaning to us.
So you heard it right. Adventure doesn't mean that we have to go on a long, very road journey, very dangerous one where we have to fight.
Yes.
That's kind of like action, but sort of adventure.
Yes.
So this adventure, from what understanding lah, is some things that we experience it, we face it, whether it is emotional, physical, or a change of perspective. It gives impact for us. It gives us transformation.
Yes.
Some things that changes in some way. That's what we call adventure.
Yes. It's true.
Okay, so I'll start first since I'm the host. I'm the one who give an instruction, but I shall be the example. Okay, so the first story that I chose, it is called The Son of the Curse, written by Flash Gonzalez. His name sounds very Spanish from my what I've read it lah. So do you know what actually this story talks about? So this story actually is an adventure tale centered around the theme of self-discovery, magic, and the struggle between good and evil. So the narrative takes the protagonist, Norman Stevens, on an unexpected journey through an unfamiliar world filled with mystical elements and challenge. Do you know why I detail it like that? Because unexpected journey, because one day Norman wake up in a ancient ruins where it's obviously not from his world, it's magical world. So he was like, where am I? Suddenly he met a woman named Christina. So Christina was like, hey, what are you doing here? you must come from another world, because for some reason the situation is actually quite common for someone from our world, from the human world, to come to the magical world. So
It
Christina,
happened before.
yeah, it happened many times. So
Okay.
Christina was like, "Oh, you're lost, right? You're lost. So come with me. We will meet my friend Dell." So Dell is quite old. He is quite old actually, from what I read, because he has many experience. So Dell was like, "Okay, I will chant a spell so that you can go back to the human world." So the man was like, "Okay, finally I can go back home." It's not that long in the end. So when Dell, his name Dell the sorcerer, spell the cast, and but Norman still doesn't return to the human world. He is still there. So Dell was like, what's the problem here? I chant, he spell again, again, again. It's like, I think there's something that bound you in this world. Someone summoned you here. You need to track this person. So Norman was like, how am I supposed to track him? I am in uncommon places. This so That was like, well, Christina can help you. She is quite good with her ability, her skills. So they went on a quest where it will fill with magic and myth, because because they need to locate someone to help Norman find out who is the person that summoned him to the magical world. So so they went on journey, and they rest for a while in the forest. I quite like the writing, because you know what, the writing is actually quite descriptive. It's very descriptive.
Give details.
It gives details. Okay, the forest is like this. The fire, how Christina cast the fire, something like that. So so they went to rest. Suddenly, when they wake up, they found a boy named Zeph. He is trying to steal something from Christina
Bag.
things. Backpack. Actually, there's something here that you remind me. Before they start their quest to find this person who can help Norman, Christina, logically speaking, she packed food and essential to bring to this adventure. So I was like, oh, luckily they don't forget to pack the food.
Sure, they have to
Yeah, so it was like, okay, this is adventure. You pack the food before you walk.
before the long journey.
Before the long journey, they went on foot. They walk.
Wow.
So while they are on the way, they are
Face
they
many
are
challenges.
they are attacked by a wolf. But this wolf is not a common wolf, because this wolf was like the wolf is very big and like a monster kind of ancient things, something like that. So here is where the best part comes in, because there is an action that was very descriptive. It's very detailed, like what kind of knife that Christina used a blue and black knife, a blue and white or black, something like that. So I was like, oh, blue knife, I never seen a blue knife. So the knife obviously is not how we use in the kitchen, right?
Of course not.
Yeah. So what do you think happened?
Christina.
What do you think happened when they are attacked by the wolf?
I think Christina. You said yes. You said Christina is powerful, right?
Yeah.
So maybe she can kill the wolf.
Yeah, that's right. But Christina is the one who killed the wolf. So what happened to Norman and Zaf? What they are doing?
They are helping her.
No.
No.
No, they're quite weak. Actually, Zeph tried to help her, but Zeph himself is quite a kid. It's like a kid. His magic is not powerful enough. So when he tried to help, the magic doesn't work. So for some reason, Norman have good reflex. He have good defense system, I think. So Norman was like, take Zeph, tuck him beside him, and then he jumped to the tree. He hold the tree like that, hiding.
Oh, wow.
So Christina handled the wolf alone.
Wow.
Wow, girls
So
power.
powerful.
Girls powers. Very adventure, right? Like at first the male protagonist is weak and then the female is overpowered, something like
Okay, I like
that.
the story because
Yeah.
Christina is the woman that have strong will.
Yeah.
Not the weak one.
Yes. Something like that. So they went to a town named Telahin. They arrived there. So Telahin is a town that like a ghost town basically, because this town once upon a time, do you know, I did mention Del, right, the
Yes.
sorcerer. Del is a powerful one and very old because he used to fight this evil mage or evil sorcerer. They call him the cursed one. Why do you think they call him the cursed one?
Because he is the most rare, the most
No,
unique. No.
actually it's because he is evil.
Oh,
He
it's
like to
about
do damage to everything,
destroying.
destroying everything. So this town is where he make many, what they say, many destroyed. He destroyed many things in the Talahin, but there's still someone who live there. So the one who live there, if I'm not mistaken, the person name, I think they doesn't tell the sorcerer name, the one who will help Norman. So this person actually quite impatient. So he was like, when he see Celestina, he was Christina, I think Christina. Oh, sorry, Celestina.
Oh,
Celestina. So when he sees Celestina, he was like, "What are you doing here? I have no time for you." So Celestina was like, "Oh, wait. And it was like, can you help him locate? Help him to return to his world. He cannot return. Something like that, right?" So but the sorcerer is quite special. He can sense in Norman that you are weird, something like that. You are weird. You are from human world, but you have magic powers. So he touched Norman, then he sees, he can feel that you are the cursed one child.
oh, wow.
But the story end there.
I don't like that part.
Oh, well, actually for me it's quite good lah. It's quite good because it helped us to what, enrich our imagination. What happens next?
Yeah.
What eventually will be going? Because this is the start.
It's full of imagination. Actually, I
Yeah.
think the story very fantasy. But how about Norman mom?
It was not mentioned who his mom is, but the the main focus is that Norman cannot return to his world because his father, the cursed one, summoned him there. But you know, the cursed one actually has been defeated, but he is not killed. He had just been sealed away. So, do you know how he was free?
Someone help him?
Of course, he cannot free himself. So it was the outside factor. But who is it that helped him? Is it Norman? I think it's possible. Even his father has to summon him there.
Because it's weird if Norman didn't know who his father is.
So we can see here good versus evil. Son good, his father evil. Do you think? We don't know what the ending, whether Norman will join his father's side or he will fight for justice. We don't know what's the ending. But that is the short story I read. It's like the adventure he had with his friends to find this person that can help him. So I think he will go on another adventure to find his father and be like, return me to my home. I don't know you. You my father, I don't care. Something like that.
It's quite interesting actually because it's about you wake up and you have found yourself in the another world and you have found that you have a magic. Wow.
Oh.
I think if it happens to me, I think I will be quite shocked. But I think it's make me excited because I have magic.
Yeah.
But actually, the plot twist is you didn't know that you have a father and you are the cursed one.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite shock.
Yeah.
But I think the plot is quite interesting and moreover, I think Norman maybe have track in the world.
Yeah, because you know, do you know what I think this story become an adventure instead of action, because he had to face many challenge. He already went to the world, but he already had to face challenge. He had to find the
Yes.
tracker. He had to know what actually happens to him, why he has power. It turns out he is the sun. So basically, he was born there, but he was summoned to another world, right? So it was. I think that's what make it adventure, because he had to go on a quest. He had to walk through journey to find himself or return to his home, basically. So it was like he had to what they say, he had to ask for the people's help there, like Celestina, Dell, the tracker. But maybe we will see him in another short story that the writer will make. But as of now, he doesn't continue the story. But that is the ending actually. Something like that.
But I think Norma is quite good because you have just into the new world and you have faced many challenges by your own self. You didn't know anything about the world and you just face the challenges that happen to you. So I think the protagonist is quite good and powerful. Even his magic is not very powerful, but he has many friends that help him.
Yeah, and also and also I think the description of the story is actually quite good, because when he arrived in that world, the writer really tell the ancient ruin is like the roof. The roof is like the roof is broken, and also there is like stone around the ancient ruin, and also the forest. It was also described as very eerie. I think the reason why I can read it to the finish, because the way the writer describe and also make the dialogue. There's a balance between the dialogue, monologue, and description, and something like that. How about your adventure story?
The story that I have read is about a journey. Maybe that not like journeys like yours, but more like I don't know. I want you to guess is a person or animal. Okay, it's I think it's called Buddy. Buddy. Okay. He have a good family, have a good family, a good bonding with her mother, and she loved her mother so much. But unfortunately, he have been kidnapped. Of course, when we have been kidnapped, we didn't know who kidnapped us. Of course, not his family relatives, someone that he didn't know. So, he has been taken by a man he dreads, trapped in a cold, isolated house. He fears for his future until he meets a little girl that have a good voice, can sing, show him warmth and love. So when he found this girl, he feel like, wow, he showed me a love, warm. I think I'm quite attracted with her. Until and then when the girl found Buddy, he said, I want this wine. So I think like, why you want this wine? And yes, the ending, Buddy is a dog. Okay, that's a plot twist, I think it's person. When I correct, the end with a sentence, Buddy wagged his tail. I feel like, Buddy is a dog. I think, what the plot twist?
So basically, the writer write it as if Buddy is a human.
Yes, because the writer have said about brother and sister. So I feel like, okay, you have a brother and sister. But sometimes humans like to call like
to call their pet is like,
yes,
like
they are
human.
friendly. Yes. So when I read, they are family. When I read until the end, it's a dog.
So basically, the evil man, the spooky man, the spooky
Yes.
man that took him actually just because he was wandering around, right?
Yes.
So basically, a dog taken by someone because that scary person thought that this Buddy doesn't have an owner, until later he likes a new master, the girl, right?
Yes.
I thought it's like a boy having his first crush or something.
I know. Have you watched A Call of Wild? It's actually a movie in 2015.
Oh.
Actually, the movie is a bit similar to this. But the dog, it's about dog too. But the dog in the movie have been kidnapped too, and be sold to be you know, dogs that be taken to be
A newspaper?
no, to sell letters.
To sell letters, not newspaper?
No.
Oh.
To sell letters. You know, back all times, they didn't have telegram at the time. So they have been used letters. So to send the letters, they have to use the dog.
Oh.
So in the story, like that, the dog have been kidnapped, be sold, and be
Adopted by new family.
yes, adopted new family, and sell letters. They have changed, very changed from a pet to the dog that sell letters to and be to
Every household.
very hard. No, but actually in the movie, it's not house. It's more to mountain.
Oh, mountain.
So actually more adventure, and his life like turned 2016. 2016.
Oh.
Very
So in the
different.
end, what happened?
At the end, they have telegram, and the dog have found his soulmate, and like that.
His soulmate, you mean another dog?
Another dog, but actually his soulmate is a wolf. What? You have to watch the movie actually.
Okay, guys,
Okay.
let's watch The Call of White later.
Essentially,
Don't leave yet.
Have many plot twists. You have to watch it because for me it makes me cry a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
So her story is more on the reality, but more on the pet.
Yes.
Yeah. While mine is like a human who have magic, have human, have wizard, something like
Yeah.
that. I cannot guess, but in the end, our character is the same. They are walking to something that they don't know.
Yes.
They don't know what is
It's
certain.
stranger.
It's strange for them. They went to a place from something they know to something they don't know, right?
Yes.
Uncharted territories. Remember that it doesn't always adventure doesn't always danger or involve danger. It involves something that transform you, that give impacts to you.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. I will remind you again. What is adventure, not action or something like that. I don't want you to be confused. Okay, so we move on to the second story that we have read. Okay. So the second story, right? Okay, the second story that I have read is called Gift of Knowledge, written by I have to confirm again. Gift of Knowledge, written by okay, it's fine. You don't need to know the writer, the author. So Gift of Knowledge basically can be classified as adventure story because of its exploration of uncharted territories and discovery of hidden knowledge, and how the protagonist go through the journey of experience. He experienced this journey, this mystical journey basically. So the plot of my story, Gift of Knowledge, is about Robert who possesses a gift that allows him to discover lost items and hidden places. So this allowed him to help people to find something that they are missing, something that precious to them or something like that. But for some reason in the beginning, Robert, in the way of monologue lah, he basically the monologue is about something that acknowledge or a gift, it can be manipulated to something bad, because human is like that. When something bad happen, if we have the ability, we should change it, but normally people don't do it. So the manipulation, the perverted knowledge, and also ability makes our world fallen to something bad. So this is what makes Robert he likes to help people to find something or lost item. Sometimes he take the lost item for himself if he was allowed. But if he was not allowed, he just take the pictures or just to see it. Because sometimes the truth we cannot take it just something like that. We can just see it, we can just know but cannot tell, something like that. So one day after while he was driving, he feel a strong pull from his gift. So he stops in a field where he enters a hidden room between two trees. So I like the way it described the trees. Like it was very large, very big, and something's like an old tree. If we see an old tree, we think it's like wisdom, right? It's like symbolize wisdom, something like
Yes.
that. So inside, he meets a mystical figure who resembles and learns that the room contains books with the true of history of humanity. So actually, it's not Gandalf from the Lord of the Ring. Okay, it's more like the creature, the mystical figure. He can he can change himself towards something that you want him to be. He doesn't have a permanent figure or permanent body, something like that, right? So it turns out it is a magical library where the concept of time doesn't work there. So if you Robert was like, so the concept of time doesn't work. So it was like, oh, so that means that I can stay here for long. Yes, because the concept of time doesn't work here. That it doesn't flow. The time doesn't flow in that mystical library. So Robert sees that in the magical library there are many books that doesn't have a title, but just like you said, it contains the knowledge of true history of humanity. So do you know what makes it more, what is something like sad or bittersweet lah. Robert lost his wife. His wife is his hidden gems. Is his gems. This caused him to be more. What they say before this, he was wondering. Now he was searching for answer for all his questions that he want the answer for, because he know that this world does every truth that we know. Sometimes it was because some other people want the truth to seems like that, but actually it's not like that.
Yes.
Because the truth sometimes it was hidden behind something, something like that.
Sometimes we see like the truth, but it's not.
Yeah, it
Sometimes
was.
people hide the truth.
Yeah, they just give you something to make your
Yes.
curiosity goes away.
You have
don't-
to analysis first.
Yeah, you have to make analysis,
True.
like just like a book lah.
Yes.
So, do you know grief? It talks about something. The theme, it talks about discovery and knowledge. It talks about good versus evil. Do you know why it says good versus evil? Because the story touches on the moral responsibility that comes with power. Robert is aware that his gift can be used for good or evil, and the book's restricted access signifies the potential dangers of knowledge in the wrong hands. Because Robert cannot get the books out of the library. He had to read it there. That's why he can read the book without eating, without sleeping,
Wow.
without going to the bathroom.
So fantastic.
Yeah, if we want to make assignment, I think we can go there, but that place doesn't exist.
Can we bring the library to our world?
Yeah, because I like to do something last minute. I need the time to stop so that I can do my assignment. Don't follow. This is a bad example for you guys.
I think we need library and Robert. So when I lost the items, we can call Robert to find my items that we lost.
No, Robert, can you find this book in this book and this book? I need it for my citation.
So you will bring for you.
Yeah. Okay. Now enough of that. Okay. So the adventure elements in this is where the setting, the initial setting is in the mundane road, which transforms into a magical field and an extraordinary hidden room. This transition from the ordinary to the extraordinary is a hallmark of adventure stories, and also a mystical encounter, a quest where Robert journeys embodies the classic adventure structure, seeking, discovery, and transformation. His commitment to using his gift for the benefit of others reinforce his heroic qualities, something like that. So it was that kind of. And other elements in the story that I like to mention is about the symbol of everything that was mentioned in the story or was written lah. For example, the field and the trees. The field and the trees represent the threshold between the ordinary world and the extraordinary world, symbolizing potential and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Because the magical library contains the truth. The truth is actually a treasure that is very precious, and sometimes people like to misuse that treasure for their own good. So the field and the trees is like the door between the world and the fantasy. Some things like that. And also books symbolize knowledge, truth,
Yes.
and the weight of history. The hidden nature underscores the idea that not all knowledge is readily accessible or understood by everyone. Sometimes people can make wrong interpretation and then they just go and spread it. But and after that, emotional resonance. Do you know what emotional resonance? Why do I say that there's something like emotional resonance in the story?
Hidden gems about her wife? No.
His wife, his wife.
His wife, I'm sorry.
uh, it's kind of like that, but if I put it in more simple terms, the story invokes, it talks about a sense of wonder, a sense of wonder,
Truth.
nostalgia, where he thinks about, where he ponders about the world, what he has been going through, and the longing for understanding, creating a connection between the reader and Robert's quest. So basically, Robert is someone who's trying finding the truth, and the truth came to him. But whether what will he do with the truth, it will be up to him. I think when you lost someone, you start to question many things. You start to go on a journey to find solace in yourself. This is what happened to Robert, and he find the answer that he want. So the story effectively combines the adventure genres and also with the exploration, discovery, and personal growth. Something that will happen when you do an adventure, right? And while weaving in deeper themes of knowledge, morality, and emotional resonance. So Robert's journey is not about a physical quest, but more like a profound exploration of truth and understanding, making it a compelling adventure narrative. Something like that. So,
Oh, I got it.
so what do you think? Do you think it's bittersweet? Chris?
Yes, it's bittersweet and it's open our mind about truth and knowledge. It's like when we learn about new knowledge, what we do with the knowledge. We will we no. Let me find the word. Will we spread awareness, speak the knowledge, or we just keep to ourselves? For me, knowledge is to be spread, to tell other people. It's not just about yourself. Truth, but I think it's like the truth.
Not everyone can handle the truth.
Yeah.
Only someone with the right mind, the right morality can
accept the truth.
can accept the truth and
Handle.
spread it truthfully. And also the story, you know about his adventure, right?
Yes.
You can feel his personal growth.
Yes.
Like what?
I think it's about find his true self, and it's a bit more. How can I describe it? When his wife died, it's made him more curious to find his true self, to have a personal growth and find the truth, and to find knowledge that can help him to be a better person.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. But it's not finding himself. It's more like finding
Find
the
truth,
answer,
the
finding the
answer
answer
of the
for his
question.
question. It's like that, right? We live our life wondering about many things, but because we are living with our loved one, we are what you say, we are comfortable with them. It's like, okay, this is enough. But when we lost them, we start to wonder about many things again. I think that's something that happens to him, right? When we lost someone, all the question before will come in one time. It's like, what is the answer? What is happening? I think that's why Robert like to help people, right? Because he wants someone to find their precious lost items, just like how he lost his wife.
And I think he have peace in helping people.
Yeah.
He find the hurt when happy people.
Yeah, actually the story does mention that he likes to watch people crying happily when they found something that they lost or something like that.
I think that's happiness when you help people.
Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet, you know. He had what he wanted, but he lost his wife. Of course, he lost his wife first, but bittersweet. You have something that you got, but you cannot share it with your loved one yet. They are gone already. They are waiting for you in the afterlife. Wait, I know there's some.
The topic is a bit heavy, you know.
It's kind of bittersweet. You know, adventure it gives you it gives you transformation. It gives you long. You need to long. You need to talk. And you need to think deeply into this topic. Something like that.
We got a critical
Broaden our
thinking.
mind. Yeah, broaden our mind. So how about your second stories? I talk very much. I don't even know if you guys understand at all. So
Okay, all right. My second story, I think is a adventure, but a bit funny. Okay, the title is Birthplace by Carrie McDermott. Okay, I think in this story it's about Milo. Alright, Milo is it's not your dream. Okay, it's a Milo person name. Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's called Milo, not Milo.
Okay, I'm Milo.
Ah.
Okay, but I think Milo is the best. Okay, I will call Milo. Okay,
You-
okay, Milo is the boss. Chauffeur we call
Chauffeur.
Chauffeur.
I think chauffeur.
Okay.
If we make a mistake, just
Okay,
ignore it.
my bad. Okay, chauffeur. Okay, he is guide passenger and he takes people on tourists by boat. Okay, in the story, have four type of people. Okay, first, an obnoxious influencer. Okay, second, a quiet ghost. Third, a distracted writer. And last, an excitable child. So, what have Milo have to go through? He have to facing this type of people when he have to navigate the boat.
Oh,
So when you have navigate, you have to focus, but you have to handle this type of people. Okay,
if not, they drown in the lake.
maybe we should just put them to the water. Okay.
Okay.
So the first type of people, an obnoxious influencer. Okay. Actually, the woman came to the boat with his best friend.
With her boyfriend.
Yeah, sorry, with her boyfriend. And he said to the Milo, we want to have this boat too. To this
Just the two of them.
Yes. And when Milo see the ticket, he said like, this ticket said two group, not two people.
Oh.
And she said like that. What will my fans say if they see the real Alameda Robinson try squash against a group of nobodies? Feel like she didn't want her followers to see her with other people. You know, we want to we are luxurious, can own a boat. But actually she can't afford you know, this type of influencer. She said, I have 600k of followers. Of course, I don't want my followers to see that I can afford to own a boat. She is like that, you know.
Who say influencer have to be rich?
You know, this type of people are very narrow-minded. Okay.
Yeah, this is it. When you are going when you read an adventure story, we will meet a character that has this kind of
Yes.
weird character that should not be an example for all of us. Okay.
Okay. Second, a quiet ghost. You know, a quiet ghost like people wear mostly black, observer, and showing some fascination with the strange events that occur. Okay, I will talk about a quiet ghost later. And third is the distracted writer. He have eccentric characters. Of the three, he's preoccupied with on Mars and missing the bizarre event happens. He could observe, you know, people to write the events that happen
He was
around them.
He was in his own mind.
Yes. Okay. And last, an excitable child. We can know what happened if we have an excitable child. Of course.
And what?
Excitable.
Acceptable.
Excited.
Excitable.
Yes.
Eccentric.
Of course, constantly ask question, generally at absent of chaos. Is it?
Chaos.
Alright.
Ah.
And exclaim the style. Of course, when we have a chat, what will happen? So very, very,
Yeah, they were like, mother, why this? Mother, I know why this.
Why monkey like that? Why the bird? So
That's good. The child is smart, I think, but it will certainly annoys me sometimes.
So, what happened during the trip? Okay, it's normal. It just, actually they have mentioned about what the type of facility do. Something like I have mentioned before. And the most important part, when they during the trip, they found a dead swine.
A dead?
Dead swine.
Already unalive?
Not already.
Unalive.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, already dead.
Yeah, already dead. And they were like, dead swine? For Milo, feel like, it's a dead swine. Why you have to make a
Big deal.
of it? But it's, he have to face this type of people every day and feel like it's just a dead swine. You didn't have to make big deal of it. It's just a normal face. Of course, everything's will they, of course, like us too. So it's not make a big deal. Just parents can say, oh, it's just that's why you didn't have to make big deal of it. And actually, I think Milo is a handsome person because he have been hit many times. Because I think I have missed one person. The person have been like, touch
Milo?
Yes. And I think like, yeah.
What had she or he?
She.
Where is she?
I don't know. Maybe she is attracted to Milo. And actually, Milo is study accounting and finance at Chester. But he like to tell people that he is from Cambridge. He didn't want to tell his identity.
Why Cambridge? Every university has its own degree, has its own value.
Yes, but he want to hide that he study at Chester. Okay.
Doesn't make you high quality. What makes you high quality is what? As a teacher?
What?
Someone's with good attitude.
Maybe he didn't want to tell because he knows that people will talk about it. People will wondering about it. Why you studying this? Why you studying that? Maybe I think. But at the end of the story, it's just tell us about people. This type of we have to face this type of people, and how can we adapt and just keep patient when we face these people.
Yeah.
Because we can just keep avoid this type of people. We have to face them and what we call it?
Interact with them.
Yeah, not interact. Yes, that's one of it. We have to
Adapt.
for the flow.
For the
And
flow.
At the end of the day, we want to be happy. If we just avoid and we didn't want to talk about it, we have to face them too. So we have to keep patient.
Yeah. That doesn't that we live in a world that sometimes doesn't suit our personality. So we
Yes.
have to face it sometimes.
Yes.
We have to meet a kind of people that that annoys us at some point. But you have to remember that many people comes with many personality. People are varied. That's what makes this world colorful, right?
Yes.
Because people are different. If
Yeah.
people are the same, this world will be boring,
too.
colorless,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
Colorless, no rainbow, only
It's just black and white.
just black and white. It's very boring, right? So it's more like a. So what's happened? Does Milo change himself at the end actually?
It just feel like, oh my god, I will have to face it a situation like this in the next day.
So I
just
think
like
I
normal
think
face,
so. I think it's more like he accepts his fate that he had to adapt to his personal to this environment. I think what the writer trying to write is about adventure in our daily life, because adventure doesn't always mean that we have to go on a long drive road. We have to go on a dangerous journey. We have to go, for example, for Malaysia, we have to go from Tawau to KK or from Kedah to Johor. It's not like that. It's more like what we are going through in our daily life, because in the end it's something that will impact us every day. Every day is a new challenge, every day is a new experience,
Yes.
every day is a new lessons.
Yes.
If you don't sleep lah.
But actually, he do the
What did he do?
no. He's employed as a chauffeur in his holiday. So I think he will have to keep the momentum, and after the holiday, he will turn to his normal routine.
But it's good, because when a student do a part-time job, they will meet many people in his
Yes.
community.
Yes.
That's where he will realize that this world is far more than what he has already experienced at the university, right?
Yes.
At the university, maybe someone will mind their own business, something like that. But when you go into the community, when you communicate with everyone in the community, you have to
Interact.
interact, and you
Learn
have
to
to act.
communicate.
You have to be patient.
Yes.
Because someone doesn't have the same personality as you, but it does not lower your status if you just accept that person.
Yes.
Because in the end, that's how society works. It's normal, like early adult, they think that this world should be like this, should be like that, but sometimes the world is already okay. You are the one who needs to change yourself sometimes. Not that does not mean that you are always at fault, but your society is like that, then you have to adapt to it, as long as it doesn't what they say, doesn't cause you, it doesn't make you stress too much until you depressed, something like that. Society is something that you have to interact for just a few hours, and then you can go back to your room. Okay, so we can go on to our third story, right?
Okay.
Mine, just now the second story, mine is bittersweet. Yours is more like
It's a bit funny.
it's a bit funny actually, because that's something that happened to us, right? We have to interact with someone that doesn't suit our personality actually. Okay, we go on to the third story. Okay, guys, we are almost at the end of the podcast.
Are you there?
You guys still there? I don't care. You have to be there. Okay, my third story. Okay, what is it? The title for my story is wait a minute, I have to see it first. Okay, a decade to destination, written by Troy Lane. So, if you what do you Christina, what is decade?
10 years?
Good. Decades is 10 years. If 2 decades?
20 years?
Okay, 2 plus 10, something like that. But this is more like decades. Do you know why the title is decades? A decade to destination.
10 years a journey to
To wherever.
your destination.
Yes, that's true. So this story, a decade to destination, is like it's like an adventure stories that involve physical challenge, unexplored territories, and also perilous quests that focus on a family's long journey on the road, both physically and emotionally. So the adventure here lies in their lifestyle of perpetual movement and of exploration of new places, and the personal growth that comes from such unconventional life. I know that I'm using a very higher level of words, but I can make it so I can explain you the plot, right? The plot is like it revolves around Richard and Karen, not that kind. This Karen is nice and sensible. Don't worry. So the plot revolves around Richard and Karen's decision to end their 10-year journey on the road and settle down. So over the last decade, they have traveled the country with their 2 children, Nick and Jessica, in a motorhome, or or what? Motorhome?
Caravan.
A caravan. We can call it a caravan, right? Exploring different towns, meeting people, and living an unconventional life. Do you know what unconventional life mean, Christina?
Means they didn't attach with anything. No.
Unconventional life is like it's not normal.
So
Ah.
it mean like,
Normally we don't live like that. Something like that.
okay, I see. I can put it to work.
So because what do you see, right? Family with two children,
Wander around
wandering the world for 10 years. For 10 years in a caravan without a house. Caravan is their house, of course, but no.
It's like house that can walk.
Yeah, but normally we don't live in that kind of house, right? We live in the spacious house
Yes.
that had brick,
places.
that had brick. It has its own land, something like that. But they are on a motorhome, something like that. So the story explores the challenges and rewards of this lifestyle, of this traveling lifestyle, like a nomad person, right? From dealing with family opposition to the life lessons gained from constant travel. So the central conflict is internal. Richard and Karen's contemplation of whether to continue the adventure or settle down. So signaling the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. So this decision marks the conclusion of their physical adventure and opens the door for a new kind of life adventure, phase 2, which remains unknown because okay, they have been living for a long time. They have been traveling for 10 years. And Nick and Jessica, the children, have grown up on the road. While still young, they display maturity and awareness, making the most of their unusual upbringing. Their perspectives shape the parents' reflections on the past 10 years because they have been living on the road. So Karen and also Richard are the one who teaches the children. They doesn't go to school for long. They arrive at one place, just stay there for a little while, and then they go for another place. So Nick and Jessica, they had friends. Don't worry, they had friends. They also still connected to their other family, their bigger family, basically their grandparents, their aunties, or something like that. But they doesn't stay close. So how do these children, so usually if we look critically, children usually without many friends, they will be depressed, they will be sad because they doesn't have close friends. But it turns out Richard and Karen's the way Richard and Karen's managed to teach the children shown with the way Nick and Jessica see their life. Well, Nick and Jessica is very mature because they have experienced many kinds of life, something like that. They met a lot of people that sometimes welcomes them, that sometimes does not. They learn to live life with different people, with different environments. So this caused them to be more mature, I think, because when we settle at one place, we are very comfortable that we does not think critically, we does not see another kind of point of view or something like that. So the adventure kind of has shaped the family's personalities and relationship. They have evolved emotionally, learned about the world, and grown closer. The decision to stop traveling is another step in their growth, signaling the need for a new type of adventure, one that challenged them in different way. And also it also talk about freedom versus stability. Do you know why? Because throughout the story, the family faces the tension between a life of freedom on the road and the society expectation of stability. While they have chosen freedom for many years, there's a subtle suggestion that some stability might be necessary now as the children grow older and the family desires a new chapter. You know, sometimes when we go on a very long adventure, we want something new. We want something new. For this family, they have been living freely. They have been traveling many places, and they decide to end this chapter. Their adventure does not end yet. Just one chapter. They are starting a new chapter where they will be living in a place that had more stability, something like that. They will be living in a home, something like that, right? But you know what makes this story kind of what kind of hit me, kind of touched my heart because the way Karen and Richard teach their kid, Nick and Jessica, they use their technology on the time that was set to them. Richard and Karen set the time and they obey the time. And also Nick and Jessica, they when they want to communicate with with their far away friends and also their grandparents or and their aunties and uncles, they write letters. Do you know why they write letters? Because Richard and Karen, in their perspective, writing letters teach their children to be more, what they say, to be more
Think-
careful.
Think before you
Right.
you have when you have to speak your mind. Think before
Ah,
you have
be-
to think.
Yeah, because when you send letter, you cannot change them anymore.
You can edit like phone.
Yeah, like phone we can edit, right? But when you send letters, it is what it is. If you write something wrong, then misunderstanding will happen.
Yes.
Because letters takes a long time for us to receive. So I guess that's what makes them. I guess that's what made me kind of
Right, they're
adore.
special.
Kind of adore Nick and Jessica because they grow up experiencing many kind of life, many kind of culture, they have met many kind of ethnic, something like that. So
The experience is the precious
yeah,
things.
their journey. This is the first adventure journey that consists a lot of physical and also
Yes,
emotional
of
development,
course.
right? Because they have been traveling for 10
Yes.
years. Can you imagine? And do you know? When I read the story, sometimes they will be silenced in the car, in the motorhome, because it's not because they are tired of their life. It's more like they like to reflect on many things when things get quiet in the car. You know what makes children grow mature for me is when they are given time to reflect on what they have been through in their life. That's how we improve our life, by reflecting on things that had happened in the past. Don't you think so, Kiss?
Yes, I think so. And I think it's so fantastic because not all people can do like Karen and Richard. It's a big decision to do like that, and I think it's very unique because we didn't do like that. Even me and you, we stay at one place. We didn't walk around.
Yeah.
And 10 years is so long.
Yeah.
And for me, Karen and Richard is a good parents, are a good parent because they still managed to teach their children even they didn't have home. Like home tuition. So and they're very knowledgeable because they teach their children by themselves. So I think they're quite good. And for me, they have to make the right plan
To make sure the children turn out right.
to make sure the children good, to make sure their journey
When well.
went well. So I think it's very very need a big decision. You have to think well. You have to think of others too because they have family, right?
Yeah.
So you have good big decision.
Do you know when Karen and Richard started their traveling for 10 years? At that time, Nick is only 4 years old and Jessica is like 6 years old. 10
Wow.
years, and now Jessica is 16 years old and Nick already been 14 years old. You know, at that time we are usually we are playing at home.
Yes.
We do not walk
Yeah, we
anywhere.
played we play playground.
Yeah, because parents doesn't like to take their children's on a long journey because children tends to make tantrums.
chaos, yes.
They tend to make tantrums something.
Yes.
Throw tantrums. I guess so.
Noisy.
So I kind of respect Karen and Richard. Like how can they travel for 10 years with small children? And then when they are old enough, they started to start a new chapter to stay at home, make a new journey, because sometimes journey the what is you have experienced. Okay, for Richard and Karen, they and their family lah, basically their family, they experience a life with diverse people, changing and keep changing, moving forward, and now they want to start a new adventure where they stay at one place and experience the life that people usually live. Because they do not experience it yet. It's a new kind of adventure for them that perhaps we will not read it, because this is how the author decide to end the story. It's more like this family decide to end the adventure and start a new one. Something like
New
this.
development.
Yeah, something like that. So, how about your story?
Okay. For my last story is about Souvenir by PJ Town. Okay, it's about Evan, or full name Timothy Wilson. Okay, his father is recently his father died, and his mother want him to help her to tidy the house.
Tidy?
Yeah, tidy the house.
Oh.
Tidy the house. And his father has one room, and her mother and his father didn't have a good bonding. So her mother like, his mother be like, can you tidy up the room, because I feel like she didn't want to tidy up
Her husband room.
room. And when even tidy up the room, he found a picture. Nice. So what you think? Can you guess what the picture about?
I guess the picture is about the father. I know if is he shocked to find the picture.
Yes.
So it must be something. A person.
Yes, the person. Turn out is the picture is about a woman.
Oh,
A woman that he didn't know. Who is the woman? Is he related to his father? Because he found it in the drawer, in his father's drawer. So when he found them, at the back of the what we call it? At the back of the picture, have a small round stamp in faint blue ink and a handwriting reference number. It writing Du Bois Saint Melo. So when he find the picture, of course he will be curious. Okay, I have to find who is this woman. Is he related with my father? Of course he want to find the woman. Okay, so and make it makes even more curious, because this photo is hidden under the lining of the drawer.
Oh,
So maybe
the picture is hidden, so it's like,
Yeah.
what fault did my what
yes.
kind of thing my father has hidden? A woman?
yes. And after that, I think he take a week of
School?
I don't think it's school.
University?
I think university
Push.
or maybe, let me see first.
Very logic. You can just take a week and we don't need to wonder what kind of week that he take.
I think he take a week of holiday and he fly to San Melo, and soon he found the writing behind the picture is a name of a shop.
Oh, of a shop.
shop called Du Bois.
Oh.
So he just found he just have to find the shop. So when he find the shop, there were a number of dusty old portraits in the window. But beyond that, inside the shop, inside the shop, he see a figure moving. So when he enter the shop, he see an old man 60 or early 70s with white hair and thick glasses. And he showed to the old man, can you help me find this picture? And he tell that my father already died, and old man said, I'm sorry. Oh, I can help you find this woman because my father actually he just take the shop from his father.
Oh.
And he said his father are very like to keep the document about the client in their shop.
Oh.
He's very,
Detailed person.
yeah, details person. So when I find the person is so long, Mademoiselle Sylvie Lauren, or he will call the woman called Madame Lauren. And when even find this woman, he straight to the for the first. He's thinking like, is this woman alive? And the old man said, oh, he's still alive.
She's still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive.
Ah.
And when he's straight to the house, so he said, is this Madame Lauren?
Oh.
And Madame Lauren said, yes, how can I help you? How can I help you? And he said, I'm a 20-year-old son. I'm a son of, what is the father's name? Yes, Bert Wilson.
Oh.
And Madame Lauren said, Bert? My Bert? And of course, like, my
Bert.
So, they have something?
No cheating here.
And I will make it short. So, Madame Lauren and Evan father they have been fall in love,
Yes.
but they have separate way because Evan father have to go back to England, so they have to separate their way. So but they have been together in military, so they have been spending time together. It's just like that.
So it's like his father first past love, past love,
Yes.
ex, basically an ex.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can sometimes sometimes you perhaps will not be the first love, but at the end at least you will be the last love. The last, you will be with that person till the end of the time, if the time comes. When the times come.
Yeah.
So it's like your story is like an Ivan's adventure of searching for his father's past.
Yes.
So he had to go to certain clue. First he had to find the owner. Turn out the owner is the son. You need to find the father. The father had to say, oh, this woman name is Madame Lauren. And then finally he met Madame Lauren. So does his mother knows about this?
I don't think so.
Aish.
I think so. It's like by the end, events come to a subtle realization about moving forward while still honoring the past. The story, the story leaves us readers with the message that while loss is painful, memories can help, heal, and guide one toward acceptance.
Oh, so it's like this. There's something that you want in the past, like a lover, a friend, but sometimes for the best of our future, we have to leave them. We have to move on,
Yes.
and we will meet new experience, and this experience will help us to accept that our past has been gone. But that doesn't mean that the past will need to be forgotten. We can still honor it. We can still keep our friend's picture, our father's picture, our late family's pictures. Doesn't mean that we does not move on. We can still move on while still honoring our past. Except that we had that those things had left us. Don't continue to wonder if something like this happen like this. If I do something like this, then everything will be like this. No, I had to accept what is still in the present, something like that. So even had to accept that once upon a time his father had loved another woman, and then his father met his mother, married, and had him. They had a whole life, good family. So that's something like that. It's kind of bittersweet when we heard about the past, but the past doesn't mean so we don't need to live to what they say. Don't live our life to fulfill what we didn't do in the past. Do what is need in the present, and this present will continue to build our future and build our future, something like that.
Just live your life and don't get too attached with your past. If you attach so much your past, you will not move on.
Yeah, you will
And
not.
your present will be ruined.
Yeah, because you will not you will not
Appreciate.
appreciate the person in the moment because you are too caught up in the past.
Yes.
You have to be grateful for whatever it is that you had received until now. So it's more like our adventure does not involve much dangerous physical, except my first story, right? So other than that, it's more like emotional
Yes.
discovery, something like
Yeah,
that. That's
discovery.
because adventure is something that you experience in your daily life.
Yes.
So for example, if you could relate from from when we wake up and then we go to class, what drama happened in the class, and then we will return, what happens in the night. That's what happens in the adventure that we had lived until now. So I guess that the time is precious. I think we need to end our podcast now because we have been babbling since like what 40 minutes ago.
45 minutes.
45. Oh, you
1 hour.
you keep track of the time. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this episode of MPU 3122m podcast, book club podcast. So me and her hope you enjoyed our discussion on the adventures genre of short story. So remember, the adventure doesn't end here. There are always more stories to explore.
It's been a pleasure. Me, Christina, I have such a great time breaking down the story and hearing your perspective.
My
Okay, your perspective.
they just
Can't
comment.
Can't wait for the next one.
Okay, same here. Same here, kids. And to our listener, if you have enjoyed this episode, don't forget to keep following us, leave a review, and share your thoughts with us. You can reach us on this social media or platform.
Okay, and don't forget to read along with us for our next episode. We will be discussing next story or theme. So grab your copy and join the conversation.
Okay, until next time, keep exploring, keep reading, and we'll see you in the next adventure. We'll see you in the next genre that we will be discussing, but perhaps not with kids, with another member of the club. Okay, goodbye everyone.
Bye.
Assalamualaikum.
Remember to keep reading.